Well, hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back and I got a video that I think you guys are really gonna like. Today I want to talk about, in my opinion, one of the best bang for the buck flashlights that I know of, made by a company called ATACTICAL. So stay with me. I hope you enjoy the video today. Alright, let me introduce you folks to the ATACTICAL Model A1. This is a 550 lumen flashlight. This is manufactured by the Through Night company. This is a 18650 lithium-ion rechargeable tactical LED flashlight. Now I'm a little frustrated because I've already filmed this video and I had the files on the computer and I did all my video editing. I had the final video up and I believed that I had uploaded it to YouTube, so I deleted the file to find out that I never uploaded it. So here we are shooting this video again. So I opened the packaging. It comes packaged very well. There is a little bit of an owner's manual here that has a lot of the specs, and I'll talk about these specs in this video. So I'll read them to you briefly. Okay, this flashlight has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different settings. So it has low, which is 10 lumens. It has, and that'll last for 5.5 days. It has medium, 63 lumens, 19 hours of runtime. High, which is 200 lumens, 5.5 hours. And then it has the highest setting, which is turbo. That's the 4th setting, and that's 550 lumens, and it'll operate at that lumen rating for 3.3 hours. Then it has a strobe feature, 550 lumens of strobe, and it'll operate for about 4 hours, it says. And then the last feature that this flashlight has is the SOS feature, which is full 550 lumens, and it does not specify on this owner's manual the runtime of the SOS mode. However, I'm gonna guess, just taking a ballpark and guessing, that it's similar to the strobe feature in runtime. So I'm guessing around 4 hours. Now the distance of view that this flashlight will produce is 205 meters. That's a long distance. The intensity is 10,520 CD. Impact resistance, okay, this flashlight 1.5 meters of impact resistance, and it's not water resistant, it's waterproof. Okay, big difference between water resistant and waterproof. Now, water resistant means you can have the flashlight out and it could be raining and things like that, it'd be okay. Waterproof, which is what this one is underwater, okay? And it says waterproof IPX-7 rating, and it's waterproof for 1 meter, so about 3 feet. Now, this has an XP-G2 LED. And then on the flashlight, the lens itself is anti-reflective, coated, ultra-clear, toughened glass lens. You see so many flashlights on the market today that have a lens that's plastic, and that's bad because when that plastic, through normal wear and tear, gets scratched up, your light diminishes a little bit. So this is glass. It's much harder to scratch. Not saying it can't be scratched, but it's better for a tactical application. The working voltage 2.7 all the way up to 4.2 volts. The material is aircraft aluminum T6061-T6. Surface finish, it's hard anodized surfacing. The dimensions 136 millimeters long by 25.4 millimeters thick, and it weighs 86 grams. The accessories that come with this flashlight, and I'll show you here in a minute, is the rechargeable battery, lithium-ion 18650 battery, which is, there's something very special about that I'll talk about in this video. And there's also a cable to charge the flashlight, and there's a spare O-ring and a pocket clip. So the first thing you see here is two small O-rings, and these O-rings go on the tail cap switch of the flashlight. These are what make this thing waterproof. So they give you a couple spares right there, which is cool. The next thing that you see is the charging cable. It's a standard USB charging cable. In fact, it's the same charging cable that my phone uses to charge. I think they call that a micro USB. Don't quote me on that name, but I think that's what it's called. And this is a good little charging cable. It works really good for charging this light. Now, when you first get the flashlight out, you can see that it's covered in a nice little plastic bag. I'm going to go ahead and take the plastic bag, put it away, just like I did in the last video that I lost. And let's take a first look impression of the flashlight. Now, you can see that everything is knurled very solidly. It has a belt clip that can be turned around, but it'll be hanging out over here. It has a nice tail cap switch on it, rubber coated. Everything's knurled so you can grab it real easily. It does not have the facets in the portion up here where you could break glass and things like that, and they did that, I believe, to cut costs. It does have these vents, this texture right here, so that the heat can dissipate off of the flashlight when it gets hot, which this one doesn't get too hot. Now the A1S does get kind of hot. So you have your tail cap switch here, and you also have your mode switch here. So to operate the flashlight, and it's not going to turn on right now, but to operate the flashlight, you depress the tail cap switch and the light would generally turn on. Now from the factory, that's not going to happen because of this. Let me show you why. When I unscrew this, you'll notice that there's a little white piece of plastic that they put in here from the factory. That is so that the spring inside the tail cap switch does not come in contact with the battery, so you don't drain the battery during shipping or storage. So I'm going to put that back in. So let's take a look. This is a 18650 battery that comes with the flashlight. So here's a look at the battery. This is the battery that comes with this flashlight. It's got flat on the bottom. It's got a little positive on the top. Now you can see right here, there's this little hole here, and then there's this little hole here. That's for charging. When this thing is charging, this little hole will turn red, and then when this one comes on, it'll turn green. And red means it's charging, and green means that it's finished charging. Now, this is 3400 milliamp hours, 3.6 volt, 12.24 watt hours, and it says right here, micro USB. There is a port right here on the battery where you charge the battery. I thought that was really cool. This is something that here's just another 18650 battery, okay, very similar, except this battery does not have that charging portion on it, so you have to have a charger for this blue one. Same thing here with this 18650 battery. It's got the flat end, it's got the little bump, but there's no charge indicators or anything like that. You can tell that the ATACTICAL battery, if I line these babies up, it's just a tiny bit taller. It's because there's a little more going on in the battery. It's got the charging ability, so that is really cool. And this flashlight does come with a battery, which I thought was really neat. Here's a quick look of the battery plugged in, and you can see the little red indicator light here right below my finger. And when the battery is finished, this little hole that's in the center of the screen, that will light up green. So this is what it looks like when it's in charging mode. Again, it has that little red LED indicator light. I just thought that was a great addition to this flashlight. I think it's a cool technology, and I think it's, you know, this flashlight is so much bang for the buck. This is good stuff here. Because if you had maybe a solar panel out in the field, you could totally plug that baby in and charge your flashlight. Pretty cool. And here is the battery after it's fully charged. You can see that the green LED indicator is on. and it's fully charged. This battery was sitting here for about 3 hours. Now when you insert the battery into the flashlight, you put the little plus, the little positive in the flashlight. You want to take a look inside. That's what you can see right there. Put this in like that. You put the tail cap switch on. Now you're waterproof. And if you depress this all the way to the point where it clicks, the flashlight will turn on. Well, it's supposed to. There we go. Turns on. There, it's on low. And then when I come up here and I hit the mode switch, I'll go to the next setting, medium, high, turbo. If I hit it again, I go to SOS. And then if I long press this button down, it'll go into a strobe. Push it again, it goes to, what is that, turbo, low, medium, high, turbo, strobe, SOS. So, and the cool thing about this flashlight is you can see that I have it on low, which is 10 lumens. Again, this is how much runtime? 5.5 days. And when you turn the flashlight off and back on, it will remember the previous setting. So it'll come back on to the last setting that it was on. Okay, now let me go up to about maybe turbo for now. Okay, so if it's on turbo, off, on, off. Now another thing that's cool is you can half press this button for silent. You can kind of vaguely turn it on. You're not turning it completely on. And you can see that the recess on the bottom here is cut out on each side, and it will still stand up on end. Takes it a second. Still stands up on end, but that recess is nice because if you were going to use this in a tactical application, maybe you have a firearm with you and you want to sit here and turn the tail cap switch on with your thumb, you could do that while holding the firearm. And then once you get the flashlight on, you could go into like a strobe type mode by holding your finger here, and then you could disorient your person that's sneaking into your home or whatever. Now when you finish on strobe and you turn the flashlight off and you turn it back on, it will not come back on to strobe. It'll come back on to turbo, the highest setting. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It's a nice flashlight. Low, medium, high, turbo, hold it long, strobe, low, there's SOS, good for signaling and things like that. So that's a pretty cool little flashlight. I really like it. I've been using it for quite some time, and I'm telling you, in my opinion, this is probably the best bang for the buck that we can find. You know, it's 20 bucks for this flashlight. Okay, we're on turbo, and remember it said that it's waterproof, so I have a little bucket here of water. We're going to put that baby in there, and the flashlight is still on. You can see that this thing is fully submerged in the water, and the light is still on. No problem at all. No problem at all. This thing is completely waterproof. Okay, and then when you get it out, you can change your modes. Get my thumb in position here. There's low, medium, high, turbo, strobe, and SOS. Back to low. Low is 10 lumens. I'm just doing it on turbo so that we can get the, so we can see the light in broad daylight. And this thing is really bright. It's a good flashlight. Now another thing that it talks about is it talks about the fact that this flashlight is impact resistant. So I'm going to drop it from about chest high right onto the ground by my feet. Flashlight's still on. Let's go through the modes. Low, medium, high, turbo, SOS, strobe, Back to turbo. Let's drop it again. No problems. Flashlight still works great. Thing got all dirty and everything. Just took a bath. Low, medium, high, turbo, SOS, strobe. Pretty cool little flashlight. I think that's a great little flashlight. It works good. A lot of bang for the buck. Okay, right now I'm in the house. You saw that flashlight just blinked? Let me keep holding it here. I have it on turbo right now and I'm wanting to show you something for this video. I'll wait a few seconds. 1, 2. See how it flashed twice? Let's see it again. One, two. When you see this out of your flashlight, what this is telling you is that the battery that's in your flashlight is getting close to dying. You're going to be looking at this flashlight on Amazon, and it's the model A1. And you're also going to see another flashlight made by ATACTICAL called an A1S. And it's, what is it, 1050 lumens or something like that? And I purchased one, and I originally thought that that one would be twice as bright as this one. And I ordered it and got it home, and that's not the case at all. In fact, it's hard to tell a difference between the two. The only difference that I could truly tell was the beam on the A1S was a little wider, and it had the rounded edge on the top here so that you could break glass and stuff like that, and it did get hot. So, and it was $30. So in my opinion, this is the one to go with. If you're in question about those two, I'd recommend going with the regular A1. It's a good flashlight. Here is my ATACTICAL model A1. Here is my ATACTICAL A1S. I do see the difference. It is a wider beam. I'm pushing both of these buttons at the same time here. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, let's take a look now, and let's see the different settings on this flashlight at night. So the first setting that you're going to see is low. This is 10 lumens, and this will run for approximately 5.5 days. You can see that. Kind of see what's going on a little bit. Again, this is low, 10 lumens, 5.5 days. Kind of get an idea of what's going on. If we bump it up to medium, we're going to bump it up to 63 lumens and 19 hours of runtime. This is medium. Considerable difference. Again, 63 lumens, 19 hours of runtime on this setting. It really opens up quite a good view of things that you can see. Now if we go up another setting, we can go up to high. There's low, medium, there's high. This is 200 lumens, and this will last approximately 5.5 hours. It sure brightens everything up. You can really see pretty good on that setting. Now if we go up to turbo, this will bump it up to the full potential of this light, which is 550 lumens. So let's go low, medium, high, turbo. 550 lumens of power, 3.3 hours of runtime, and that's a significant amount of light. You can see that thing just works really good. Now if I go to strobe by again holding the mode button down for a long period of time until it starts strobing, That will be the full 550 lumen, and it will run for approximately 4 hours. And the max distance that we can see on turbo and even strobe is approximately 205 meters. Now let's go to one more setting. Let's go to SOS. So we got low, again, 10 lumens, 5.5 days. Medium, 63 lumens for 19 hours. Low, medium, high, 200 lumens, 5.5 hours. Low, medium, high, turbo, 550 for 3.3 hours. And then let's go low, medium, high, turbo, SOS. Okay, so SOS is 550 lumens, and I'm guessing that this runs for approximately 4 hours. Pretty crazy. Low, medium, high, turbo, SOS, and strobe. It's a great little flashlight. So folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this flashlight review. This is ATACTICAL model A1. I personally think this is one of the biggest bangs for the buck. $20 for this flashlight. I've dropped it, I've taken it to work, and it's held up amazing. It's been a great flashlight for me. So I hope you got some good, useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and if you like the content that you see on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you. And until next time, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day.